The hour of 12 o'clock having arrived, and in obedience to the laws of the state of Minnesota, it becomes my duty as your Secretary of State to call the members of the Minnesota House of Representatives to order. I will now appoint as clerk pro tempore Representative-elect Sandra Erickson from District 15A. Please remain standing, and I will now call on Most Reverend Bernard A. Hebda to offer a prayer.
God of all creation, the majestic beauty of our state reminds us that you are the source of all blessings. At the beginning of this new year and of the legislative session, we humbly ask for your blessing on our legislators and on all who collaborate in their work. Bestow on them an abundant share of your wisdom and a deep desire to serve the common good. May they be instruments of your providential care, most especially in the lives of those who are most in need, our children, our elderly, those who live at the margins of our society. May they be bridge builders, helping us to strengthen those bonds that unite a very diverse population, encouraging us to honor the innate dignity of each human person, and inspiring us to respect the differences in culture and experience that have traditionally strengthened our common life. May they be wise stewards of the many resources, human, natural, and economic, with which you have so richly blessed us. May they help us to restore the honor and dignity of the great tradition of public service that has long distinguished our state. And may they and their families be given a glimpse of the fruits that flow from their sacrifices as they dedicate themselves to pursuing the common good over self-interest. We ask all of these things of you, O Lord, trusting that you are indeed the source of all that is good. Amen.
Amen. Our chaplain for today is Archbishop Bernard A. Hebda from the Archdiocese of St. Paul and Minneapolis. Members and guests, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. The clerk pro tempore will call the roll by legislative district.
District 1A, Dan Fabian. Fabian, present. District 1B, Deborah Keel. Keel, present. 2A, Matthew Groschel. Groschel, present. 2B, Stephen Green. Green, present. 3A, Rob Eklund. Eklund, present. 3B, Mary Murphy. Murphy, present. 4A, Ben Leon. Leon, present. 4B, Paul Marquardt. Marquardt, present. 5A, Matt Bliss. Bliss, present. 5B, Sandy Lehman. Lehman, present. 6A, Julie Sandsted. Sandsted, present. 6B, Jason I. Metza. Metza, present. 7A, Jennifer Schultz. Schultz, present. 7B, Liz Olson. Olson, present. 8A, Bud Nornis. Nornis, present. 8B, Mary Franson. Franson, present. 9A, John Poston. Poston, present. 9B, Ron Kresha. Kresha, present. 10A, Josh Heinzman. Heinzman, present. 10B, Dale K. Lewick. Luick, present. 11A, Mike Sundin. Sundin, present. 11B, Jason Rarick. Rarick, present. 12A, Jeff Backer. Backer, present. 12B, Paul Anderson. Anderson, present. 13A, Jeff Howe. Howe, present. 13B, Tim O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll, present. 14A, Tama Tice. Tice, present. 14B, Jim Knobloch. Knobloch, present. 15A, Sandra Erickson. Erickson, present. 15B, Jim Newberger. Newberger, present. 16A, Chris Swazinski. Swazinski, present. 16B, Paul Torkelson. Torkelson, present. 17A, Tim Miller. Miller, present. 17B, Dave Baker. Baker, present. 18A, Dean Erdahl. Erdahl, present. 18B, Glenn Grunhagen. Grunhagen, present. 19A, Clark Johnson. Johnson, present. 19B, Jack Considine. Considine, present. 20A, Bob Vogel. Vogel, present. 20B, David Bly. Bly, present. 21A, Barb Haley. Haley, present. 21B, Steve Draskowski. Draskowski, present. 22A, Joe Schumacher. Schumacher, present. 22B, Rod Hamilton. Rod Hamilton, present. 23A, Bob Gunther. Gunther, present. 23B, Tony Cornish. Cornish, present. 24A, John Petersburg. Petersburg, present. 24B, Brian Daniels. Daniels, present. 25A, Dwayne Quam. Quam, present. 25B, Dwayne Salk. Salk, present. 26A, Tina Liebling. Liebling, present. 26B, Nels T. Pearson. Pearson, present. 27A, Peggy Bennett. Bennett, present. 27B, Jean Poppy. Poppy, present. 28A, Gene Pulowski Jr. Pulowski, present. 28B, Gregory M. Davids. Davids, present. 29A, Joseph McDonald. McDonald, present. 29B, Marion O'Neill. O'Neill, present. 30A, Nick Zerwas. Zerwas, present. 30B, Eric Lucero. Lucero, present. 31A, Kurt Doubt. Doubt, present. 31B, Cal K. Barr. Barr, present. 32A, Brian Johnson. Johnson, present. 32B awaits a special election. 33A, Jerry Hertas. Hertas, present. 33B, Cindy Pugh. Pugh, present. 34A, Joyce Pepin. Pepin, present. 34B, Dennis Smith. Smith, present. 35A, Abigail Whalen. 35B, Peggy Scott. Scott, present. 36, Mark W. Uglum. Uglum, present. 36B, Melissa Hortman. Hortman, present. 37A, Aaron Cagle. Cagle, present. 37B, Nolan West. West, present. 38A, Linda Runbeck. Runbeck, present. 38B, Matt Dean. Dean, present. 39A, Bob Detmer. Detmer, present. 39B, Kathy Lomer. Lomer, present. 40A, Michael Nelson. Nelson, present. 40B, Deborah Hillstrom. 41A, Connie Bernardi. Bernardi, present. 41B, Mary Kunish-Podine. Kunish-Podine, present. 42A, Randy Jessup. Jessup, present. 42B, Jamie Becker-Finn. Becker Finn, present. 43A, Peter M. Fisher. Fisher, present. 43B, Leon M. Lilly. Lilly, present. 44A, Sarah Anderson. Anderson, present. 44B, John Applebaum. Applebaum, present. 45A, Lyndon R. Carlson. Carlson, present. 45B, Mike Freiberg. Freiberg, present. 46A, Peggy Flanagan. Flanagan, present. 46B, Cheryl Joaquin. Joaquin, present. 47A, Jim Nash. Nash, present. 47B, Joe Hoppy. Hoppy, present. 48, Lori Pryor. Pryor, present. 48B, Jennifer W. Loon. Loon, present. 49A, Dario Anselmo. Anselmo, present. 49B, Paul Rosenthal. Rosenthal, present. 50A, Linda Slocum. Slocum, present. 50B, Andrew Carlson. Carlson, present. 51A, Sandra Mason. Mason, present. 51B, Lori Halverson. Halverson, present. 52A, Rick Hansen. Hansen, present. 52B, Regina Barr. Barr, present. 53A, Joanne Ward. Ward, present. 53B, Kelly Fenton. Fenton, present. 54A, Keith Frankie. Frankie, present. 54B, Tony Jurgens. Jurgens, present. 55A, Bob Lunan. Lunan, present. 55B, Tony Albright. Albright, present. 56A, Drew Christensen. Christensen, present. 56B, Roz Peterson. Peterson, present. 57A, Aaron May Quaid. Quaid, present. 57B, Anna Wills. Wills, present. 58A, John Kosnick. Kosnick, present. 58B, Patrick Garofalo. Garofalo, present. 59A, Fu Lee. Lee, present. 59B, Raymond Dean. Dean, present. 60A, Diane Loeffler. Loeffler, present. 60B, Ilhan Omar. Omar, present. 61A, Frank Hornstein. Hornstein, present. 61B, Paul Thiessen. Thiessen, present. 62A, Karen Clark. Clark, present. 62B, Susan Allen. Allen, present. 63A, Jim Davney. Davney, present. 63B, Jean Wagenius. Wagenius, present. 64A, Aaron Murphy. Murphy, present. 64B, Dave Pinto. Pinto, present. 65A, Rena Moran. Moran, present. 65B, Carlos Mariani. Mariani, present. 66A, Alice Hausman. Hausman, present. 66B, John Lesh. Lesh, present. 67, Tim Mahoney. Mahoney, present. 67B, Sheldon Johnson. Johnson, present. There being 131 members present, I will present this to the Secretary of State.
There being 131 certificates of election on file, I call on the Honorable Lori Gilday, Chief Justice of the Minnesota Supreme Court, to come forward to administer the oath of office to the members-elect. Will members-elect please rise while Chief Justice Gilday administers the oath of office?
Good afternoon. I'm going to ask all of you to raise your hand, and I'm going to ask you a question. And if you could please say "I do" after I finish. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which you have just been elected to the best of your judgment and ability, so help you God? Congratulations.
Congratulations, members. Members, as one who was honored and privileged to serve in this body and in this chamber for 10 years, alongside many of you, I thank you for running for office, I thank you for serving in office, and I thank your families for putting up with all of it. I hope that your tenure here going forward, whether it's for 1 term or 20 terms, is rewarding and fulfilling and ultimately gets Minnesota to where you think it should be. So, particularly to new members, welcome to the Minnesota Legislature, and maybe more importantly, welcome to Minnesota history, because you are now a part of it. The clerk pro tempore will now take the roll to determine a quorum.
Members will respond by their name on the board. So please respond by signing in. Remember that.
Oh. Okay. The clerk pro tempore will close the roll. A quorum is present. We will now proceed to election of Speaker of the House of Representatives. Nominations are in order, and I will now recognize Representative O'Neill from District 29B for the purpose of a nomination.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Members, I rise today to place into nomination Representative Kurt Doubt from District 31A to continue as a Speaker of the House of the great state of Minnesota. It has been my personal honor and privilege to serve alongside of Speaker Doubt since 2012. His integrity, his honor, and his willingness to serve his constituents, his fellow members, and all Minnesotans is truly inspirational. Throughout the last 2 years, Speaker Doubt has led an ideologically diverse chamber with grace and humility and understanding. And we as members bring a unique set of ideas, of thoughts, and of passions, to which he has shown a unique ability to ensure that every voice is heard and every proposal is discussed. Looking back at the 89th legislature, we can see the progress that Speaker Doubt made with his leadership. Together, we prioritized care for Minnesota seniors, we passed a historic tax cut for veterans, and we worked across the aisle with the governor and the Senate to pass a responsible bipartisan state budget. And now this great state of Minnesota has again entrusted Republicans with the Minnesota House for the next 2 years. Members, we are going to be facing incredible challenges over the next biennium: fixing a broken healthcare system, delivering a fiscally responsible budget. And there is no greater person to lead us through those challenges than Representative Kurt Daudt. Please, I ask you to join me today in supporting Kurt Daudt to continue as our Speaker of the next Minnesota House of Representatives.
At this time, I will recognize any seconds to the nomination, so I will recognize Representative Heintzman of District 10A for such a seconding.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Members and guests, it is my honor to second the nomination of Representative Kurt Daudt for Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives. Just a little over 2 years ago, I met Kurt Daudt for the first time. He was a minority leader, and I was a carpenter from Nisswa with a lot of kids. Kurt saw something in my family that few others did. He continues to see a path forward to build a Minnesota that works for all of its citizens. During his time in the House, Representative Daudt has served his district and the state of Minnesota with diligence and integrity. He has earned the trust of his constituents, of legislators, both Republicans and Democrats. He's approachable, unafraid to seek advice, and listens to voices on all sides with sincerity. I have the utmost confidence that Speaker Daudt will provide steady leadership to the spirited debate which takes place in this body. It is a true honor and a privilege to second the nomination of my friend Representative Kurt Daudt to be Speaker of the House of Representatives.
At this time, I will recognize other nominations, and for that purpose, I will recognize Representative Applebaum from District 44B for the purpose of a nomination.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, members, and guests. It is a pleasure and my honor to nominate Representative Melissa Hortman for Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives. The House of Representatives needs strong leadership that is focused on doing the job we were all sent here to do. In her time as representative, Melissa Hortman has shown dedication to smart policies aimed at improving the lives of all Minnesotans. The hardworking people in this state expect us to lead and to be as equally hardworking as they are, not to waste time with political gamesmanship and rhetoric only designed to divide us. Representative Melissa Hortman will be a leader for all of us. That's why I'm nominating her for the next Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives. Thank you all. Congratulations.
For the purposes of a seconding of that nomination, I now recognize Representative Hornstein from District 61A.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, members, and guests. I'm honored to second the nomination of Representative Melissa Hortman to be Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives. We enter this 2017-2018 legislative session in a challenging political moment for our state and nation. We are divided as never before in recent memory, and our constituents are looking to us for solutions to deeply felt problems. Representative Hortman is uniquely qualified to lead the House in these challenging times. She brings to this House a strong and proven record of commitment to address issues in a way that includes all voices and perspectives in public debate. Her ability to bring people together, including those she disagrees with, are very, very important in this challenging moment. Representative Hortman's leadership shows a deep respect for people of all backgrounds. She values our American and Minnesota traditions that guarantee liberty and justice for all, no matter one's race, gender identity, or faith tradition. And in a time when science is under attack in some quarters, Representative Hortman understands the importance of respecting the conclusion of experts in informing our debates here in the House. We need not be a House and state divided, but can move forward together as one Minnesota. Representative Hortman's skills and experience have prepared her well for the job of House Speaker. I enthusiastically second the nomination of Representative Melissa Hortman for Speaker of the House.
Members, are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If not, I declare the nominations closed. The two nominated candidates for Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives are Representative Doubt and Representative Hortman. The clerk pro tempore will now call the roll on the election for Speaker of the House.
Albright. Albright votes Doubt. Allen. Allen votes Hortman. Anderson P. Anderson P. votes Doubt. Anderson S. Anderson S. votes Doubt. Anselmo. Anselmo votes Doubt. Applebaum. Applebaum votes Hortman. Backer. Backer votes Doubt. Barr. Barr votes Doubt. Baker. Baker votes Doubt. Barr R. Barr R votes Doubt. Becker Finn. Becker Finn votes Hortman. Bennett. Bennett votes Doubt. Bernardi. Bernardi votes Hortman. Bliss. Bliss votes Doubt. Bly. Bly votes Hortman. Carlson A. Carlson A votes Hortman. Carlson L. Carlson L votes Hortman. Christensen. Christensen votes Doubt. Clark. Clark votes Hortman. Considine. Considine votes Hortman. Cornish. Cornish votes Doubt. Daniels. Daniels votes Doubt. Doubt. Doubt votes Doubt. Davids. Davids votes Doubt. Davney. Davney votes Hortman. Dean M. Dean M votes Doubt. Dean R. Dean R votes Hortman. Detmer. Detmer votes Doubt. Drazkowski. Drazkowski votes Doubt. Eklund. Eklund votes Hortman. Erickson. Doubt. Erickson votes Doubt. Fabian. Fabian votes Doubt. Fenton. Fenton votes Doubt. Fisher. Fisher votes Hortman. Flanagan. Flanagan votes Hortman. Frankie. Frankie votes Doubt. Franson. Franson votes Doubt. Freiberg. Freiberg votes Hortman. Garofalo. Garofalo votes Doubt. Green. Green votes Doubt. Grossel. Grossel votes Doubt. Grunhagen. Grunhagen votes Doubt. Gunther. Gunther votes Doubt. Haley. Haley votes Doubt. Halverson. Halverson votes Hortman. Hamilton. Hamilton votes Doubt. Hanson. Hanson votes Hortman. Hausman. Hausman votes Hortman. Heinzman. Heinzman votes Doubt. Hertas. Hertas votes Doubt. Hoppy. Hoppy votes Doubt. Hornstein. Hornstein votes Hortman. Hortman. Hortman votes Hortman. Howe. Howe votes Doubt. Jessup. Jessup votes Doubt. Johnson B. Johnson B votes Doubt. Johnson C. Johnson C votes Hortman. Johnson S. Johnson S votes Hortman. Juergens. Juergens votes Doubt. Keel. Keel votes Doubt. Knobloch. Knobloch votes Doubt. Kegel. Kegel votes Hortman. Kosnick. Kosnick votes Doubt. Kresha. Kresha votes Doubt. Kunish-Podine. Kunish-Podine votes Hortman. Lehman. Lehman votes Doubt. Lee. Lee votes Hortman. Lesh. Lesh votes Hortman. Liebling. Liebling votes Hortman. Leon. Leon votes Hortman. Lilly. Lilly votes Hortman. Loeffler. Loeffler votes Hortman. Lohmer. Lohmer votes Doubt. Loon. Loon votes Doubt. Loonen. Loonen votes Doubt. Lucero. Lucero votes Doubt. Lewick. Lewick votes Doubt. Mahoney. Mahoney votes Hortman. Mariani. Mariani votes Hortman. Marquardt. Marquardt votes Hortman. Mason. Mason votes Hortman. May Quaid. May Quaid votes Hortman. McDonald. McDonald votes Doubt. Metza. Metza votes Hortman. Miller. Miller votes Doubt. Moran. Moran votes Hortman. Murphy E. Murphy E votes Hortman. Murphy M. Murphy M votes Hortman. Nash. Nash votes Doubt. Nelson. Nelson votes Hortman. Newberger. Newberger votes Doubt. Nornis. Nornis votes Doubt. O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll votes Doubt. Olson. Olson votes Hortman. Omar. Omar votes Hortman. O'Neill. O'Neill votes Doubt. Pulowski. Pulowski passes. Pepin. Pepin votes Doubt. Petersburg. Petersburg votes Doubt. Peterson. Peterson votes Doubt. Pearson. Pearson votes Doubt. Pinto. Pinto votes Hortman. Poppy. Poppy votes Hortman. Poston. Poston votes Doubt. Pryor. Pryor votes Hortman. Pugh. Pugh votes Doubt. Quam. Quam votes Doubt. Rarick. Rarick votes Doubt. Rosenthal. Rosenthal votes Hortman. Runbeck. Runbeck votes Doubt. Sandsted. Sandsted votes Hortman. Salk. Salk votes Hortman. Schumacher. Schumacher votes Doubt. Schultz. Schultz votes Hortman. Scott. Scott votes Doubt. Slocum. Slocum votes Hortman. Smith. Smith votes Doubt. Sundin. Sundin votes Hortman. Swazinski. Swazinski votes Doubt. Tice. Tice votes Doubt. Thiessen. Thiessen votes Hortman. Torkelson. Torkelson votes Doubt. Uglum. Uglum votes Doubt. Erdahl. Erdahl votes Doubt. Vogel. Vogel votes Doubt. Wagenius. Wagenius votes Hortman. Ward. Ward votes Hortman. West. West votes Doubt. Wills. Wills votes Doubt. Joachim. Joachim votes Hortman. Zerwas. Zerwas votes Doubt. Pulowski. Pulowski continues to pass.
The results of the roll call on the election of Speaker are as follows. Representative Doubt has 75 votes. Representative Hortman has 55 votes. I therefore declare Representative Doubt the duly elected Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives for the 2017-2018 session. I appoint the following members to a committee to escort the Speaker-elect to the rostrum. Representatives Backer, Pugh, Haley, Rosenthal, and Becker-Finn. I now call on the Honorable Lori Gilday, Chief Justice of the Minnesota Supreme Court, to give the oath of office to the Speaker-elect.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which you have just been elected, to the best of your judgment and ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
It is now my great honor and privilege to present the gavel to you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Secretary Simon. Thank you, Chief Justice Gilday, Archbishop Hebda, all of our House staff, Majority Leader Pepin, Minority Leader Hortman, all of our members, our guests, and particularly my family. It has been the honor of my life to serve as Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives for the last 2 years. I'm humbled to be elected Speaker again and to provide steady leadership in this chamber throughout the next biennium. Today is an historic day for Minnesota for many reasons. Legislators sworn in today are the result of significant decisions by Minnesotans. Voters chose a government shared between a House Republican majority, a Senate Republican majority, and a Democrat chief executive. Instead of single-party control, Minnesotans opted for balance, for common sense, and ultimately for compromise. Perhaps most historic, though, is the fact that on this very day, in 1905, members of the Minnesota House used this chamber for the very first time. Exactly 112 years ago today, the 34th legislative session was convened in the newly constructed Minnesota State Capitol. Today, we are convening the 90th legislative session in a newly restored Capitol. This building looks better today than it has at any time since 1905. Give it a round of applause. It has certainly stood the test of time and is a monument to our entire state can take pride in. This Capitol will be home to the next generation of the people's business. I'd ask all of you to take a look around, and especially our first-term members. This remarkable place is the place we have the privilege of working in every day. 23 new members join us today from all parts of the state. Please join me in extending them a warm welcome. Minnesotans also made history by electing 48 women, the largest number of women leaders ever to serve in the Minnesota House of Representatives. Together, we are the first legislature that will serve in the newly reopened Capitol. The laws we pass build on over a century of work of legislators who have come before us. While our names will likely be forgotten, our work on behalf of Minnesotans endures. As Speaker, I'm ready to do my part to ensure our body does work that is worthy of those who sent us here. We must work together to solve the biggest problems that face Minnesota. Our first priority must be to address the current health insurance crisis by providing both short-term relief and long-term reforms. We will also balance the state's budget, investing in our priorities while respecting the resources taxpayers have given us. We must tackle the achievement gap that remains an obstacle for too many Minnesota students. By pairing targeted dollars with proven reforms, we can ensure that those most in need receive the help they deserve. And we'll focus on growing the economy and bringing growth and opportunity to all corners of the state of Minnesota. In addition to these priorities, I challenge the House to undertake an effort to modernize our state government. We need to make state government more responsive to its citizens and make it more efficient and effective. The work ahead of us will be demanding, but we have the unique opportunity to significantly improve the state of Minnesota. Just as Cass Gilbert, an architect raised in St. Paul, Minnesota, worked with skilled tradesmen to construct the second largest unsupported marble dome in the world, we must work together and harness our varied experience to deliver results for all Minnesotans. Thank you very much again for this great honor of being elected Speaker of the House here in Minnesota. Thank you. The next order of business is the election of Chief Clerk. I recognize Representative Garofalo from District 58B for the purpose of a nomination. Representative Garofalo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. It is my honor to nominate Patrick Murphy for the office of Chief Clerk in the Minnesota House of Representatives. Mr. Murphy is not a new face here in the Minnesota House of Representatives. In fact, he's been here so long that when he first started, Representative Lynn Carlson, our most senior member, was in his third term. That's a long time ago, members. Mr. Murphy was promoted to the House Journal editor a few years later, and he's elected by this body to the position of First Assistant Chief Clerk in the years 2005 through 2014. He was first elected as the Chief Clerk of our chamber in 2015. Mr. Murphy is a graduate of the University of St. Thomas and is a lifelong resident of the city of St. Paul. Our particular pride for Mr. Murphy is the fact that he's active in the Youth in Government program and in fact has served as a board member for that. In addition, in St. Paul, he has helped start 3 local delegations at Como Park, Highland Park, and Central Schools. Many of us have had the pleasure of getting to know Pat over his years of service. and have benefited from his wealth of knowledge regarding the rules and history of our great institution. Pat has earned the trust and respect of many representatives who have passed through the doors of this chamber. Throughout his years of service, he has been an immeasurable asset to both staff and legislators alike. He has continued the tradition of service and decorum that are the hallmarks of the Chief Clerk's office and has distinguished himself as a kind and dedicated public servant. Mr. Speaker, I ask for members' support and I ask that all of us support Patrick Murphy as the Chief Clerk of the Minnesota House of Representatives.
I recognize the member from District 66B, Representative Lesh, to second the nomination.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, what you just heard Secretary Simon say when he concluded his constitutional duties was, congratulations, you're now a part of history. And he said, Secretary Simon said that last time as well, too, when the first time he convened this body. And on that occasion, it made me consider this institution, the Minnesota House of Representatives, and its dedicated stewards who marshal its resources, who protect its reputation, and who ensure its efficient and transparent execution of our constitutional duties. This legislative session, while we're down here on the floor exhorting and advocating and raging and posturing on occasion, and sometimes losing ourselves in the frenzy of what we fancy are policy imperatives, there will be a dedicated team on that rostrum who are usually seen and not heard. And behind these walls, support staff who are never seen and not heard either. But their sole job is to help us complete our primary mission for the people of Minnesota, outlined by the Minnesota Constitution, to which we just swore an oath only moments ago. Now, that team of servants keeps this institution running, and even when we occasionally self-sabotage, they keep on trucking. And that's very important. And their captain of the last 2 years, who has ably led them this past biennium, who Representative Garofalo just nominated for a second term, I'm proud to second Mr. Murphy's nomination. Now, Mr. Murphy, as Representative Garofalo stated, was born in St. Paul. He lives in my district in Como Park with his wife, Dawn, and his son, Jorge. And many of you may remember that his son, Jorge, served as a high school page just 3 sessions ago up here. Graduated from St. Thomas University, serves as an active member of the American Society of Legislative Clerks and Secretaries, and sitting on the YMCA Youth and Government Board, which Representative Garofalo mentioned, is really important because it's very soon all these students will sit in these desks. And that organization, if you don't know about it, you should learn about it. It is an impressive model of how we introduce our young people to the protocols of leadership in a republic, of what we should be modeling for them. And the fact that our chief clerk is active in that organization is a testament to his integrity and to his commitment to service. So on that topic of history, which Secretary Simon reminded us, I need to note a little bit of what Representative Garofalo stated, was he is only the 4th chief clerk since Minnesotans returned from World War II in 1945. And let that sink in for just a moment, okay? Because what creatures of integrity must have we had at that rostrum for the past generations in order to build such a stable institution. Mr. Murphy has been and is an ideal steward to this legacy. Please join me in supporting him for the position of Chief Clerk.
The name of Patrick D. Murphy has been entered into nomination. Are there any further nominations? Any further nominations? Any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I declare nominations closed. The clerk will take the roll on the election of Chief Clerk.
Albright. Albright votes Murphy. Allen. Allen votes Murphy. Anderson P. Anderson P. votes Murphy. Anderson S. Anderson S. votes Murphy. Anselmo. Anselmo votes Murphy. Applebaum. Applebaum votes Murphy. Backer. Backer votes Murphy. Bar C. Bar C votes Murphy. Baker. Baker votes Murphy. Bar R. Bar R votes Murphy. Becker Finn. Becker Finn votes Murphy. Bennett. Bennett votes Murphy. Bernardi. Bernardi votes Murphy. Bliss. Bliss votes Murphy. Bly. Bly votes Murphy. Carlson A. Carlson A votes Murphy. Carlson L. Carlson L votes Murphy. Christensen. Christensen votes Murphy. Clark. Clark votes Murphy. Considine. Considine votes Murphy. Cornish. Cornish votes Murphy. Daniels. Daniels votes Murphy. Davids. Davids votes Murphy. Davney. Davney votes Murphy. Dean M. Dean M votes Murphy. Dean R. Dean R votes Murphy. Detmer. Detmer votes Murphy. Drazkowski. Drazkowski votes Murphy. Eklund. Eklund votes Murphy. Erickson votes Murphy. Fabian. Fabian votes Murphy. Fenton. Fenton votes Murphy. Fisher. Fisher votes Murphy. Flanagan. Flanagan votes Murphy. Frankie. Frankie votes Murphy. Franson. Franson votes Murphy. Freiberg. Freiberg votes Murphy. Garofalo. Garofalo votes Murphy. Green. Green votes Murphy. Graschel. Graschel votes Murphy. Grunhagen. Grunhagen votes Murphy. Gunther. Gunther votes Murphy. Haley. Haley votes Murphy. Halverson. Halverson votes Murphy. Hamilton. Hamilton votes Murphy. Hanson. Hanson votes Murphy. Hausman. Hausman votes Murphy. Heinzman. Heinzman votes Murphy. Hertos. Hertos votes Murphy. Hoppy. Hoppy votes Murphy. Hornstein. Hornstein votes Murphy. Hortman. Hortman votes Murphy. Howe. Howe votes Murphy. Jessup. Jessup votes Murphy. Johnson B. Johnson B votes Murphy. Johnson C. Johnson C votes Murphy. Johnson S. Johnson S votes Murphy. Juergens. Juergens votes Murphy. Keel. Keel votes Murphy. Knobloch. Knobloch votes Murphy. Cagle. Cagle votes Murphy. Kosnick. Kosnick votes Murphy. Krisha. Krisha votes Murphy. Kunish-Podine. Kunish-Podine votes Murphy. Lehman. Lehman votes Murphy. Lee. Lee votes Murphy. Lesh. Lesh votes Murphy. Liebling. Liebling votes Murphy. Lean. Lean votes Murphy. Lilly. Lilly votes Murphy. Loeffler. Loeffler votes Murphy. Lohmer. Lohmer votes Murphy. Loon. Loon votes Murphy. Lunan. Lunan votes Murphy. Lucero. Lucero votes Murphy. Lewick. Lewick votes Murphy. Mahoney. Mahoney votes Murphy. Mariani. Mariani votes Murphy. Marquardt. Marquardt votes Murphy. Mason. Mason votes Murphy. May-Quade. May-Quade votes Murphy. McDonald. McDonald votes Murphy. Metza. Metza votes Murphy. Miller. Miller votes Murphy. Moran. Moran votes Murphy. Murphy E. Murphy E votes Murphy. Murphy M. Murphy M votes Murphy. Nash. Nash votes Murphy. Nelson. Nelson votes Murphy. Newberger. Newberger votes Murphy. Nornis. Nornis votes Murphy. O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll votes Murphy. Olson. Olson votes Murphy. Omar. Omar votes Murphy. O'Neill. O'Neill votes Murphy. Pulowski. Pulowski votes Murphy. Pepin. Pepin votes Murphy. Petersburg. Petersburg votes Murphy. Peterson. Peterson votes Murphy. Pearson. Pearson votes Murphy. Pinto. Pinto votes Murphy. Poppy. Poppy votes Murphy. Poston. Poston votes Murphy. Pryor. Pryor votes Murphy. Pugh. Pugh votes Murphy. Quam. Quam votes Murphy. Rarick. Rarick votes Murphy. Rosenthal. Rosenthal votes Murphy. Runbeck. Runbeck votes Murphy. Sandsted. Sandsted votes Murphy. Salk. Salk votes Murphy. Schumacher. Schumacher votes Murphy. Schultz. Schultz votes Murphy. Scott. Scott votes Murphy. Slocum. Slocum votes Murphy. Smith. Smith votes Murphy. Sundin. Sundin votes Murphy. Swazinski. Swazinski votes Murphy. Tice. Tice votes Murphy. Thiessen. Thiessen votes Murphy. Torkelson. Torkelson votes Murphy. Uglum. Uglum votes Murphy. Erdahl. Erdahl votes Murphy. Vogel. Vogel votes Murphy. Wagenius. Wagenius votes Murphy. Ward. Ward votes Murphy. West. West votes Murphy. Wills. Wills votes Murphy. Joachim. Joachim votes Murphy. Zerwas. Zerwas votes Murphy. Speaker Doubt. Murphy. Speaker Doubt votes Murphy.
There being 131 ayes and 0 nays, Patrick D. Murphy has been elected Chief Clerk. Will the Chief Clerk-elect please come forward and take the oath of office? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which you have just been elected to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. Representative Pepin offers the following resolution on election of other officers. The Chief Clerk will read the resolution.
Pepin offers the following resolution and moves its adoption. Resolve that the election of other officers be made on one roll call unless there should be more than one nomination for any one office.
I recognize Representative Pepin to introduce the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This resolution will allow us to do one roll call vote and take care of business at one time. I appreciate your support.
Is there any discussion on the resolution? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. I recognize Representative Pepin from District 34A, who will make a series of nominations.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I nominate Tim Johnson as First Assistant Chief Clerk. I nominate Gail Romanowski as Second Assistant Chief Clerk. I nominate Erica Brynelson as Assistant Sergeant at Arms. I nominate Andrew Olson, Assistant Sergeant at Arms, and Carl Hamry as Index Clerk.
Are there any further nominations? Any further nominations? Any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I declare nominations closed. The chief clerk will call the roll on the election of other officers. You may vote by saying slate if you desire.
Albright. Albright votes slate. Allen. Allen votes slate. Anderson P. Anderson P votes slate. Anderson S. Anderson S votes slate. Anzalo. Anzalo votes slate. Applebaum. Applebaum votes slate. Backer. Backer votes slate. Barr. Barr votes slate. Baker. Baker votes slate. Barr R. Barr R votes slate. Becker Finn. Becker Finn votes slate. Bennett. Bennett votes slate. Bernardi. Bernardi votes slate. Bliss. Bliss votes slate. Bly. Bly votes slate. Carlson A. Carlson A votes slate. Carlson L. Carlson L votes slate. Christensen. Christensen votes slate. Clark. Clark votes slate. Considine. Considine votes slate. Cornish. Cornish votes slate. Daniels. Daniels votes slate. Davids. Davids votes slate. Davney. Davney votes slate. Dean M. Dean M votes slate. Dean R. Dean R votes slate. Detmer. Detmer votes slate. Drazkowski. Drazkowski votes slate. Eklund. Eklund votes slate. Erickson. Erickson votes slate. Fabian. Fabian votes slate. Fenton. Fenton votes slate. Fisher. Fisher votes slate. Flanagan. Flanagan votes slate. Frankie. Frankie votes slate. Franson. Franson votes slate. Freiberg. Freiberg votes slate. Garofalo. Garofalo votes slate. Green. Green. Green votes slate. Grossel. Grossel votes slate. Grunhagen. Grunhagen votes slate. Gunther. Gunther votes slate. Haley. Haley votes slate. Halverson. Halverson votes slate. Hamilton. Hamilton votes slate. Hanson. Hanson votes slate. Hausman. Hausman votes slate. Heinzeman. Heinzeman votes slate. Hertos. Hertos votes slate. Hoppy. Hoppy votes slate. Hornstein. Hornstein votes slate. Hortman. Hortman votes slate. Howe. Howe votes slate. Jessup. Jessup votes slate. Johnson B. Johnson B votes slate. Johnson C. Johnson C votes slate. Johnson S. Johnson S votes slate. Jurgens. Jurgen votes slate. Keel. Keel votes slate. Knobloch. Knobloch votes slate. Kegel. Kegel votes slate. Kosnick. Kosnick votes slate. Kreshaw. Kreshaw votes slate. Kunish-Podine. Kunish-Podine votes slate. Lehman. Lehman votes slate. Lee. Lee votes slate. Lesh. Lesh votes slate. Liebling. Liebling votes slate. Lean. Lean votes slate. Lilly. Lilly votes slate. Loeffler. Loeffler votes slate. Lomer. Lomer votes slate. Loon. Loon votes slate. Lunan. Lunan votes slate. Lucero. Lucero votes slate. Lewick. Lewick votes slate. Mahoney. Mahoney votes slate. Mariani. Mariani votes slate. Marquardt. Marquardt votes slate. Mason. Mason votes slate. McQuaid. McQuaid votes slate. McDonald. McDonald votes slate. Metza. Metza votes slate. Miller. Miller votes slate. Moran. Moran votes slate. Murphy E. Murphy E votes slate. Murphy M. Murphy M votes slate. Nash. Nash votes slate. Nelson. Nelson votes slate. Newberger. Newberger votes slate. Nornis. Nornis votes slate. O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll votes slate. Olson. Olson votes slate. Omar. Omar votes slate. O'Neill. O'Neill votes slate. Pulowski. Pulowski votes slate. Pepin. Pepin votes slate. Petersburg. Petersburg votes slate. Peterson. Peterson votes slate. Pearson. Pearson votes slate. Pinto. Pinto votes slate. Poppy. Poppy votes slate. Poston. Poston votes slate. Pryor. Pryor votes slate. Pugh. Pugh votes slate. Quam. Quam votes slate. Rarick. Rarick votes slate. Rosenthal. Rosenthal votes slate. Runbeck. Runbeck votes slate. Sandsted. Sandsted votes slate. Salk. Salk votes slate. Schumacher. Schumacher votes slate. Schultz. Schultz votes slate. Scott. Scott votes slate. Slocum. Slocum votes slate. Smith. Smith votes slate. Sundin. Sundin votes slate. Swazinski. Swazinski votes slate. Tice. Tice votes slate. Thiessen. Thiessen votes slate. Torkelson. Torkelson votes slate. Uglum. Uglum votes slate. Erdahl. Erdahl votes slate. Vogel. Vogel votes slate. Wagenius. Wagenius votes slate. Ward. Ward votes slate. West. West votes slate. Wills. Wills votes slate. Joachim. Joachim votes slate. Zerwas. Zerwas votes slate. Speaker Doubt. Slate. Speaker Doubt votes slate.
A majority of the members elected having voted for the slate, I therefore declare those nominated have been duly elected. Will those officers elected please come forward to take the oath of office? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which you have just been elected to the best of your ability, so help you God? Congratulations. I recognize Representative Pepin for a further nomination.
I nominate Chief Sergeant at Arms Robert Meyerson. Or I nominate Robert Meyerson for Chief Sergeant at Arms.
Are there any further nominations? Any further nominations? Any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I declare nominations closed. The clerk will take the roll on the election for Chief Sergeant at Arms.
Albright. Albright votes Meyerson. Allen. Allen. Allen votes Meyerson. Anderson P. Anderson P. votes Meyerson. Anderson S. Anderson S. votes Meyerson. Anselmo. Anselmo votes Meyerson. Applebaum. Applebaum votes Meyerson. Backer. Backer votes Meyerson. Barr. Barr votes Meyerson. Baker. Baker votes Meyerson. Barr R. Barr R votes Meyerson. Becker Finn. Becker Finn votes Meyerson. Bennett. Bennett votes Meyerson. Bernardi. Bernardi votes Meyerson. Bliss. Bliss votes Meyerson. Bly. Bly votes Meyerson. Carlson A. Carlson A votes Meyerson. Carlson L. Carlson L votes Meyerson. Christensen. Christensen votes Meyerson. Clark. Clark votes Meyerson. Considine? Considine votes Meyerson. Cornish? Cornish votes Meyerson. Daniels? Daniels votes Meyerson. Davids? Davids votes Meyerson. Davney? Davney votes Meyerson. Dean M? Dean M votes Meyerson. Dean R? Dean R votes Meyerson. Detmer? Detmer votes Meyerson. Drazkowski? Drazkowski votes Meyerson. Eklund? Eklund votes Meyerson. Erickson? Erickson votes Meyerson. Fabian? Fabian votes Meyerson. Fenton? Fenton votes Meyerson. Fisher? Fisher votes Meyerson. Flanagan? Flanagan votes Meyerson. Frankie? Frankie votes Meyerson. Franson? Franson votes Meyerson. Freiberg? Freiberg votes Meyerson. Garofalo? Garofalo votes Meyerson. Green? Green votes Meyerson. Grossel? Grossel votes Meyerson. Grunhagen? Grunhagen votes Meyerson. Gunther? Gunther votes Meyerson. Haley? Haley votes Meyerson. Halverson? Halverson votes Meyerson. Hamilton? Hamilton votes Meyerson. Hanson? Hanson votes Meyerson. Hausman? Hausman votes Meyerson. Heinzeman? Heinzeman votes Meyerson. Hertas? Hertas votes Meyerson. Hoppy? Hoppy votes Meyerson. Hornstein? Hornstein votes Meyerson. Hortman? Hortman votes Meyerson. Howe? Howe votes Meyerson. Jessup? Jessup votes Meyerson. Johnson B? Johnson B votes Meyerson. Johnson C? Johnson C votes Meyerson. Johnson S? Johnson S votes Meyerson. Jurgens? Jurgens votes Meyerson. Keel? Keel votes Meyerson. Knobloch? Knobloch votes Meyerson. Kegel? Kegel votes Meyerson. Kosnick? Kosnick votes Meyerson. Kreshaw? Kreshaw votes Meyerson. Kunish-Podine? Kunish-Podine votes Meyerson. Lehman? Lehman votes Meyerson. Lee? Lee votes Meyerson. Lesh? Lesh votes Meyerson. Liebling? Liebling votes Meyerson. Lean? Lean votes Meyerson. Lilly? Lilly votes Meyerson. Loeffler? Loeffler votes Meyerson. Lohmer? Lohmer votes Meyerson. Loon? Loon votes Meyerson. Lunan? Lunan votes Meyerson. Lucero? Lucero votes Meyerson. Lewick? Lewick votes Meyerson. Mahoney? Mahoney votes Meyerson. Mariani? Mariani votes Meyerson. Marquardt? Marquardt votes Meyerson. Mason? Mason votes Meyerson. Mayquade? Mayquade votes Meyerson. McDonald? McDonald votes Meyerson. Metza? Metza votes Meyerson. Miller? Miller votes Meyerson. Moran? Moran votes Meyerson. Murphy E? Murphy E votes Meyerson. Murphy M? Murphy M votes Meyerson. Nash? Nash votes Meyerson. Nelson? Nelson votes Meyerson. Newberger? Newberger votes Meyerson. Nornis? Nornis votes Meyerson. O'Driscoll? O'Driscoll votes Meyerson. Olson? Olson votes Meyerson. Omar? Omar votes Meyerson. O'Neill? O'Neill votes Meyerson. Pulowski? Pulowski votes Meyerson. Pepin? Pepin votes Meyerson. Petersburg? Petersburg votes Meyerson. Peterson? Peterson votes Meyerson. Pearson? Pearson votes Meyerson. Pinto? Pinto votes Meyerson. Poppy? Poppy votes Meyerson. Poston? Poston votes Meyerson. Pryor? Pryor votes Meyerson. Pugh? Pugh votes Meyerson. Quam? Quam? Was that him? Quam votes Meyerson. Rarick? Rarick? Rarick votes Meyerson. Rosenthal? Rosenthal votes Meyerson. Runbeck? Runbeck votes Meyerson. Sandsted? Sandsted votes Meyerson. Salk. Salk votes Meyerson. Schumacher. Schumacher votes Meyerson. Schultz. Schultz votes Meyerson. Scott. Scott votes Meyerson. Slocum. Slocum votes Meyerson. Smith. Smith votes Meyerson. Sundin. Sundin votes Meyerson. Swazinski. Swazinski votes Meyerson. Tice. Tice votes Meyerson. Thiessen. Thiessen votes Meyerson. Torkelson. Torkelson votes Meyerson. Uglum. Uglum votes Meyerson. Erdahl. Erdahl votes Meyerson. Vogel. Vogel votes Meyerson. Wagenius. Wagenius votes Meyerson. Ward. Ward votes Meyerson. West. West votes Meyerson. Wills. Wills votes Meyerson. Joachim. Joachim votes Meyerson. Zerwas. Zerwas votes Meyerson. Speaker Doubt. Speaker Doubt votes Meyerson.
A majority of those members elected having voted for Meyerson, I therefore declare Bob Meyerson to have been duly elected as Chief Sergeant at Arms. I'll ask the Sergeant at Arms to come forward to take the oath of office. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which you have just been elected to the best of your ability, so help you God? I do. Congratulations. Representative Pepin offers the following resolution related to temporary rules. The Chief Clerk will report the resolution.
Pepin offers the following resolution and moves its adoption. Be it resolved that the temporary rules of the House for this session, the 90th regular session, shall be the same as the permanent rules of the House for the last session, the 89th regular session, as they existed on Sunday, May 22nd, 2016, with the following exceptions. The temporary rules of the House for the 90th session shall apply until the Committee on Rules and Legislative Administration, to be appointed by the Speaker, shall have made its report and new permanent rules have been adopted.
There are copies of the resolution on each member's desk. I recognize the member from Hennepin, Representative Pepin, to introduce the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This resolution allows us to adopt temporary rules for the House to operate under until the Committee on Rules and Legislative Administration offers a report on permanent rules. There are just 3 changes from the permanent rules of the House from last session. They are, number 1, Rule 3.33, amendments must be pre-filed. This change will allow for the pre-filing requirement to be applied to the adoption of the permanent House and joint rules. Adding this language allows for transparency for members and the public to view any amendments to the permanent rules. Previously, we were silent on that issue. The second change, Rule 4.03, the names of the major finance and revenue bills are updated, and Rule 6.01, the names of the committees and divisions are updated. I appreciate your support.
Is there any discussion on the resolution? The member from Hennepin, Representative Hortman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I spoke to Representative Pepin about this. We did talk about making a small change at line 2.21, where the word sufficiently now exists, to change that to 1 week. We're all for extending the pre-filing requirement to amendments to rules as the same standard that we have on bills. I think that's been good for transparency, good for the public, good for the institution. But I won't push the issue today. We'll continue to talk about it. I think sufficiently is a vague term, and 1 week is very clear. But I think members should vote in favor of the temporary rules for today.
Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, the clerk will take the roll on the adoption of the temporary rules. The clerk will close the roll. There being 129 ayes and 2 nays, the resolution and the temporary rules are adopted. Representative Pepin offers the following resolution.
Pepin offers the following resolution and moves its adoption. Resolved that the chief clerk be instructed to inform the Senate by message that the House is duly organized pursuant to law.
I recognize the member from Hennepin, Representative Pepin, to introduce the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This resolution simply informs the Senate that the House is duly organized. I appreciate your support.
Any discussion on the resolution? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor of adoption of the resolution signify by saying aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Representative Pepin offers the following resolution.
Pepin offers the following resolution, moved its adoption. Resolved that the House appoint a committee of 5 members of the House to notify the governor that the House of Representatives is now duly organized pursuant to law and ready to receive any messages he may desire to give them.
Representative Pepin to introduce the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This resolution allows the Speaker to appoint a committee of 5 members of the House to notify the governor that the House is now duly organized. I appreciate your support.
Any discussion on the resolution? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor of adoption of the resolution signify by saying aye. Those opposed, nay. The motion prevails and the resolution is adopted. Announcements by the Speaker.
Announcement by the Speaker. The Speaker announces the appointment of the following members of the House to the committee to notify the governor that the House is now organized and ready to receive any message he may desire to give. The members are Scott, Tice, Frankie, Mayquade, and Metza. The committee members just named should meet immediately in the governor's office to notify the governor that the House is now organized. The committee will then return to the House chamber later in today's session. The Speaker will call on Representative Scott at that time for her report.
Representative Pepin offers the following resolution.
Pepin offers the following resolution and moves its adoption. Resolved that the necessary employees be directed by the Committee on Rules and Legislative Administration be authorized by the House effective today, Tuesday, January 3rd, 2017, to better expedite the business of the House.
I recognize the member from Hennepin, Representative Pepin, to introduce the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This resolution allows us to appoint the employees of the House beginning today. I appreciate your support.
Any discussion on the resolution? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor of adoption of the resolution signify by saying aye. I apologize. Since the resolution is an expenditure of money pursuant to the House rules, there will be a roll call. The chief clerk will take the roll.
That's all right. It's early. It won't be the first time this session.
The clerk will close the roll. There being 131 ayes and 0 nays, the resolution is adopted. Announcements by the Speaker.
Announced by the Speaker announces the appointment of Representative Albright as Speaker Pro Tem for the 2017-28 session.
Announcements by the Speaker.
Announcement by the Speaker announces the appointment of the following members of the House to the Committee on Rules and Legislative Administration. Pepin, Chair. Albright, Applebaum, Baker, Fenton, Flanagan, Freiberg, Gunther, Hortman, Keel, Lesh, Murphy E., Nash, O'Driscoll, O'Neill, Pulowski, Pugh, Smith, and Swazinski.
Representative Swedzinski offers the following resolution.
Swazinski offers the following resolution and moves its adoption. Resolved that the selection of permanent desks shall be directed by the Speaker as follows. That the majority caucus shall occupy Section 1, seats 1 to 19, Section 2, seats 22 to 41, Section 3, seats 42 to 68, and Section 4, seats 85 and 86, and 91 to 97. All members of the majority caucus shall be seated in the manner prescribed by the majority caucus. 2, that the minority caucus shall occupy Section 4, seats 70 to 84 and 88 to 90, Section 5, seats 99 to 119, and Section 6, seats 120 to 138. All members of the minority caucus shall be seated in the manner prescribed by the minority caucus.
I recognize the member from Lyon, Representative Swedzinski, to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, that simply states where our seats are going to be, and we're going to enjoy the next 2 years of our public service here in the Capitol.
Any further discussion on the resolution? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Messages from the Senate.
Message from the Senate, Mr. Speaker. This is to notify you that the Senate is now duly organized pursuant to the Minnesota Constitution and Minnesota statutes.
Representative Freiberg, for what purpose do you rise?
Of personal privilege, Mr. Speaker.
State your point of personal privilege.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If you go to the Legislative Reference Library's website, they have a list of everybody who ever served in either the Minnesota Senate or the more important body, the Minnesota House. Now, if you sort the list by length of service in days, you'll see 2 recent additions. There is now a 3-way tie for second place, first of all. 2 of the people there are Carl Iverson and Anton Rockney, both of whom served in both chambers for a combined 16,072 days in the early 1900s. Yesterday, however, Representative Phyllis Kahn, who has been a colleague to many of us, also moved into second place, also with 16,072 days. Representative Kahn should be commended for her service to Minnesota. Now, the new undisputed leader is our colleague, Representative Lyndon Carlson, who is at 16,073 days and counting. I come from the same Senate district as Representative Carlson, and I know that number is particularly significant because he has never missed a day of legislative service. Please join me in congratulating Representative Lyndon Carlson on this historic achievement and his commitment to the state of Minnesota.
Representative Carlson, for what purpose do you rise?
A point of personal privilege.
State your point of personal privilege.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I'd just like to make a couple of comments. First of all, I want to thank Representative Freiberg for his kind comments. But I do want to emphasize, this was the beginning of my 45th year, but it has truly been an honor to serve here in the Minnesota House of Representatives. I do want to thank my family, many volunteers through the years, and my constituents for returning me to office 23 times. Now, those of you that know me, I always have a story or two to tell, and I thought of one when Representative Garofalo mentioned that I was in my third term when the chief clerk was first hired by the Minnesota House. And the story I'm going to tell is just a short one. That you know how when you get the committees organizing, and those of you that are in your first term will know what I'm talking about in a few days, but you're asked to introduce yourselves. And the chair of the committee that I'm going to tell about said he wanted us to give our name, the district we represented, and when we were elected. So I said, Lyndon Carlson, elected 1972, and told the communities that I represented. And then it came to Marty Seifert, who was running for governor. And he said, I'm Marty Seifert. And some of you may remember that from the committee. And he said, I was born the year that Representative Carlson was elected to the Minnesota House of Representatives. So that did date me a little bit, and I was quite surprised that he was as young as he was, but that was the point that he made. But again, I want to thank you, and by the way, did find out a while back that in my tenure I have served with over 700 members of the Minnesota House. So those of you that don't think there's a turnover, there is a turnover. But thank you very much.
Thank you for your service, Representative Carlson. I was born the year after you were elected. Announcements. Representative Pepin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. There will be a reception in the retiring room after. Please bring your guests and enjoy a little reception after we're done today.
Any further announcements? Then we'll wait for the committee to notify the governor to get back. I call on Representative Scott from the committee to notify the governor to give her report. Representative Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Our contingent has met with the governor, and he is enthusiastically ready to work together. That's my report from the governor.
Thank you. Representative Pepin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I move that when the House adjourns today, it adjourns until 12:15 p.m. Thursday, January 5th, 2017.
Representative Pepin moves that when the House adjourns today, it adjourns until 12:15 p.m. Thursday, January 5th, 2017. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. The motion prevails. Representative Pepin.
I move that the House do now adjourn.
Representative Pepin moves that the House do now adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, nay. The motion prevails, and the House stands adjourned until 12:15 p.m. Thursday, January 5th, 2017.